friends, it's Kelly back with another project using some Globleland die set, and today I am using this die set, and it comes with two frames and a bunch of under the sea type animal like jellyfish, a little school of fish, a clamshell, some like seaweed and coral and a starfish. So lots of fun little elements to create a scene with. And so I decided, I was really inspired by this circular element and thought I wanted to use it to create an embellishment or a shaker element for maybe a scrapbook page or a card. I don't know yet. So I'm going to move this aside and show you what I have created up front. So this is the shaker element that I made, and I have lots of fun little elements in there, and you kind of have to shake it around to see all the scene in the background. So I think it's turned out so cute. I love it, and I'm going to walk you through making one of these. So, and before I get started, all of this, or this die set will be, the link to this die set will be in the description box below. And there is a coupon code in the description box, and you get 10% off if you use that. And the prices are so amazing that that extra 10% is an awesome deal. So let's get started on putting one of these together. So what you're going to need is a nested circle die set, which is optional. You don't necessarily have to have this, but I used these two in just like this. I have one nested inside of the other. And I used some foam core poster board from the Dollar Tree and I cut this out, and this is going to help me create my little reservoir for my shaker element. And so this is what ends up happening when you cut out the foam core board. And I cut out two because I want a pretty good little reservoir to put my shaker elements, because some of them are pretty chunky. So what I'm going to do now is just glue these together, and I'm using my Beacon 3-in-1 glue because it is a super strong adhesive and it dries clear. And I'm just going to, let me see which side I want to do that on, like that. Run a bead of this around, and just try not to get it on the inside, which if you do, it's not a big deal. You just wipe it off, but you don't, once you get all of this done, you don't want your shaker elements sticking to the sides where the glue seeped out. So I'm gonna just stack that or sandwich it one on top of the other. And that gives me a nice little lift without having to do a lot of extra work. You can do this, and this works too, and I've done it many times with just some foam tape, and they make the real thin foam tape, but I find that kind of tricky for me to work with. So I do have some. It comes in like strips, and I don't know where it is, but I don't love it because it's kind of tricky to work with. I find this is a much easier method, and it comes out so nice and neat and clean, and I love that. So since my frame, I used lots of different oxide inks in this tutorial or in this project. So I used walnut stain. So I don't want the stark white showing through because this does have like little holes in it. So I'm just going to take a blending brush and my Distress Oxide and Walnut stain. Oh, you're also going to need to cut out a clear, this is a transparency film that I found at Goodwill. I found a whole box of them, and you just need to cut out that for your window. So yeah, this is a fun project, and I just love creating scenes. It's very relaxing. And today is actually National Scrapbook Day, International Scrapbook Day. So it's May 5th, May 6th. I don't know. I've lost all track of time. But being so close to the end of the school year, I am ready for a vacation. I would love to go to the beach or somewhere like that. It just sounds wonderful right now because it's been a hectic few weeks, which it always is. The beginning and the ending of school is always a little crazy. So I'm just going to ink all of my edges. I'm not being too precise. I just don't want stark white showing. And I'm just doing like the outer edge, and I'm doing the inner edge too. I'm not worried about the back because that's going to be glued. So that's what about do it. And see, I've got glue on some of the pieces, so it won't, the Distress Oxide won't stick there, which is fine. Does not have to be perfect. Where is my, oh, here it is. Baby wipes. This is a necessity in the craft room. All right, let me get this cleaned up. All right, next step. Before I move on, I failed to mention that I use lots of distress inks to create this background, and I just cut a circle out of it that is the same diameter as this. So it's this one. And that's going to be the base and the base of my scene as well. So the next step is to glue this acetate piece or this transparency film to the frame. And again, I'm going to use this Beacon 3-in-1. It's going to be difficult because why wouldn't it be? I'm filming. It didn't give me this much trouble when I did my sample. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down and get it as centered as much as possible. And there we go. And my next step is going to be to glue this on top of the acetate. So created like a little sandwich. I'm going to give this a good amount of glue, but you gotta be careful. Try not to get it inside where your sequin mix is gonna go, or your shaker mix. And if you do, just try to wipe it away. We don't want any of those bits falling out. So we need a good amount of glue, or, we want to get it nicely adhered, but not too much glue. There's a fine line. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. What did it do? Get that stuck down. And I have created, you know what I did? I glued the wrong side. It's okay. So now I'm gonna have a little bit of a wider edge there. It's okay. You know, when you try to do anything live on camera, like in real time, well, for me, some people are really good at it. I'm not one of those people. It just never goes as planned, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna clean my fingers up because I have gluey fingers and I don't want to contaminate anything that I touch with other colors and with glue. I have very inky fingers. All right. There we go. So this part is ready, and I'm just gonna kind of keep this here and start creating my scene. And these are the pieces that I die cutted. This is the great big jellyfish, and he is actually gonna go on the front. And I have some coral, some seaweed, I guess that's called. I love the coral. And I used Distress Oxide inks for all of these, just different colors. Whenever I started, I did not know what I was going to do. I was just playing with the pieces and trying to come up with an idea. And because a lot of times my ideas happen as I'm playing. So I just played around and came up with this idea. So I did a lot of this. I did have the camera on, but it took me quite a while. So that would have been a super, super long video. And I don't know about you, but I don't have a ton of time right now for super long videos. Although I love to watch them, time is short, right? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some of this down. And there we go. I love the look of the ocean. I just think it's beautiful. And I love looking at it, but I do not love swimming in it. On my honeymoon, way back in the day, we went to Cancun and went snorkeling on a coral reef. And as they dropped us on top of the coral reef, they tell us, don't touch it. It will cut you. It's like knives. And like we're on top of it. And I'm having these huge fish are coming at me and I'm having a panic attack, and quickly got back on the Sea-Doo and determined that the ocean life was not for me. That's the shark and the fish it's home. That's not for me. So it sure is beautiful and calming, but I don't want to swim in it. I know, I'm a big chicken. I wasn't when I was little. It's just happened as I've gotten older. I guess I've realized that I can die. Whenever I was younger, I felt pretty invincible and did a lot of dumb things, or more adventurous things. I guess the older I get, the less adventurous I become. So, all right, there we go. That's starting to come together really pretty. I'm gonna put this over here to the side. And I'm gonna add a little more coral down here to fill this area in. Oh, and I want to add my starfish over here. I kind of want him nestled up under the coral. The coral that will cut you like a knife. Okay, no, that's not where I wanted that. I want it more down here. And then I'm going to add a couple more jellyfish coming up from the top. And then a little school of fish coming over here from the side. Let's see. And the end of school has also brought on a whole new batch of sickness. My doctor told me, and I have to agree, that I work in a petri dish. Like anything and everything that any kind of sickness or virus that goes around, I'm exposed to it because I see every student in the school, which I love. But I'm exposed to lots of things. And this week we've had tons of teachers out with pink eye. The couple of weeks before that, and this week we also have like almost a whole classroom full of people out with COVID. We also had last week, or the last couple of weeks, we've had bronchitis. Well, I went to the doctor about 2 weeks ago and I had bronchitis, had an ear infection, and strep. So I feel better now, but please, Lord, just let me stay healthy for a few, I always want to be healthy, but, just let me get through this school year. And I need to order some more vitamin C because that's another thing my doctor told me. You need to be taking vitamin C on a regular basis, like every day. And I have to agree with her. I need to be doing that. All right, isn't that so pretty? So I went ahead and just added glue to my rim there. What am I doing? This is why I should not talk and do stuff at the same time. I need to add my sequin mix. So this sequins mix came from Shimmers, I believe. And instead of adding it here, well, maybe I can do that. Yeah, I did it a little bit different on the other one. That's kind of my modus operandi. I never do things the same way twice. Okay, and so I just added my sequin mix in there, and I'm going to just lay this right on top. Kind of get it centered. And just give it a little, I just want to press it a little bit to make sure I have a good adhesion. And turn it over. It should be nice and stuck down, and that is what we have. And I'm going to add maybe this side. Then I cover up my little school of fish. I think I'll put him here. Which one do I want? Yeah, we'll do that one. See, and then this glue is just acting crazy. It's just, I'm not even pushing it and it's coming out. What is going on with the glue today? Can't get that one to come out, and I can't get this one to stop coming out. All right. I still can't decide. Decisions. I guess we'll put him here. And just stick him right down. And that is how I created the shaker element. Isn't that so pretty? Now I have to decide what I want to do with it. Do I want to create a layout, a card? I don't know. I guess I don't have to decide that yet. I can just hold on to it. Maybe do a swap. Maybe go over to Ginger's Corner and see what kind of swaps are going on. Maybe they have a under the ocean swap. So here are a few of the other elements that I colored from this die set. And I love the Distress Oxide inks for like under the water stuff because you can spritz it and it kind of looks like water droplets on. Isn't that pretty? It's gorgeous. So that is all I have for today. Be sure to go check out the links for these die sets and other die sets that I got in this last Globleland haul, and use that coupon code to get a really good deal on dies and stamps. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.